What would you do if you could see every dollar clearly, not just a vague sense of where your money goes? You would stop guessing and start planning, and your money would finally start working for you, month after month as you make smarter choices. Today, I'm showing you a simple way to track your finances so you can act, not worry, and begin turning small, consistent actions into real momentum. You need to decide what to track because clarity comes from focusing on the essentials and letting the rest fade into the background. Start with 4 things that matter most: your total income, all the money you spend, how much you save, and any debt payments you make each month, even if the numbers feel small at first. If you already have a budget or a plan, you can fold it into this system, but keep the scope narrow so you actually use it every week without feeling overwhelmed. Next, pick a simple system you won't abandon, because consistency is more important than complexity. A small spreadsheet works for most people because you can customize it while keeping it basic, and you can see trends over time rather than chasing random numbers. The key is to choose something you can actually use every week, rain or shine, and to schedule a steady time for updates so it becomes routine. Before you can improve, you must collect data because what you measure becomes your leverage. Pull your last 30 days of bank statements, receipts, and bills, and put them into your chosen system in a way that makes sense to you, not the way someone else would organize it. This gives you a real starting point instead of guesses and helps you see patterns you didn't notice at first glance. Create a simple template you can reuse each month so you never have to reinvent the wheel. Use categories like income, fixed expenses such as rent and utilities, variable expenses like groceries and gas, savings and debt payments, so everything sits in one place that you can scan quickly. For example, income 3,000, rent 1,000, groceries 350, utilities 150, transportation 100, entertainment 75, savings 200, debt payment 250, and then subtract expenses from income to find your net, which is what you have left to save or spend. Track regularly, even on busy weeks, because small, consistent updates beat big, infrequent efforts. Enter transactions after you spend or at the end of each day, even if it feels small, as this builds a habit that compounds over time. If you miss a day, don't panic. Just do a quick catch-up session and keep the habit alive, knowing that progress slowly compounds. Review your numbers once a week with a calm, steady mindset. Set a fixed time, like 15 minutes, and categorize any uncategorized spending so the data stays clean. Look for small leaks, such as subscriptions you barely use or meals out that drift from your plan, and decide what to cut or reallocate. Use the data to set 1 or 2 realistic goals each month and make them specific so you can measure progress. It could be cutting grocery waste, canceling an unused subscription, or boosting your emergency fund by a specific amount that feels meaningful to you. Goals should be doable and tied to your numbers so you can see progress without feeling discouraged. Save time with a few quick wins that stack up over weeks. Auto-download transactions from your bank, set alerts for big spending, and use a simple rule like no new subscriptions this month unless you approve them, so you stay in control. Be aware of common traps and plan to avoid them. Don't chase perfect categories or overthink every entry, because that can slow you down and kill momentum. Don't skip weeks because you feel busy, and don't ignore small expenses that add up over a month, even if each one seems tiny. Think of a typical month as a small project. You list income and fixed costs, then notice you spent more on coffee and snacks than planned, and you decide what to adjust. This leads you to cut $20 a week and move that money into savings, giving you a clearer picture and a repeatable win you can build on next month. Tracking your finances doesn't have to be hard or fancy. The system should fit your life, not demand you change your routine completely, and it should feel like a tool that helps you while you sleep. Small, consistent steps add up and give you real control over money, plus the confidence to handle surprises. If you found this helpful, please like the video. Subscribe for more practical money tips and step-by-step guidance, and tell me in the comments what you will track first.